The New World Order demand from us that we have a split from our shells, from our inner and our outer, because knowing who we are is a threat. They demand that we trans our identity so that we're more open to the globalist agenda. Now this is being enforced, and this will be the new mode of governance. It could be anything. I mean, dictatorships aren't too fussy, and if one identity group gets too bothersome, they'll soon replace it with another. But the very fact that they don't want us to feel at home in our identity and to be confused about our image and think that we can trans from an early age, our reproductive essence, the signal that we give out to the world, to each other, to find true love, to find something that we want to reproduce, to feel good about ourselves, to feel strong. That entitlement. They want us to seek the entitlement with an ill-at-ease identity, with outsider identity, so that they can have their 1 hour to rule with the beast. Intrinsic identity has always been a threat to communist endeavours, and this communist endeavour is becoming globalised. They see us as fodder. They don't respect an integral identity. Now this has been going on in the third world. They've been exploited and their integral identity hasn't mattered a dime. But now it's happening here and we're unused to it. We are sitting as if we are queen. We will never know mourning. They'll never be after us in that way, but yes, they will. Those old ties to nurturing and creating a reproductive future, empire building, being valued as a citizen of a country. Those days are gone. They're going fast. And people who love globalisation have to realise that that brings us down to the very same level that's been going on in more third world countries, where your identity is not worth more than theirs, not to the globalists. And when that really hits home, you'll understand why they are trying to denature people. And to say that their reproductive signal, like a flower, in effect your image beyond just being flesh of a certain age, which is what those pedos want to promote, is of no value. Why do you think there's no divine things to aspire to that haven't been globalized and taken on a global identity within all our hierarchies, within all our old icons, with all our old archetypes have been replaced, all of them? And that just does not include the archetypes. That means the people. The same way that the communists and the fascists used imagery to imprint a sense of worth and reproduction, they're doing it in effect now, saying this is not necessary anymore. You have evolved enough. We can now use you better without you valuing any kind of identity that you will see reflected that was more common in an age past, where you were valued, your citizenship, your worth. This is why Europe is going to be surrendered. You have to understand what this means in the bigger picture. It's to do with identity, image, worship of the image, and how that's going to be used by a superstate. People who object to all the trans things, that will certainly hit the schools, the workplaces, and affect how we all associate with each other, and treat each other as what we see and what we aspire to, what we want to reproduce with, what we want to be inside and out. People who object to that are going to be more easily identified and outcast, because this New World Order only accepts these alternatives. It only values and promotes them. You don't quite understand what that means because it's never happened before. Nobody could be quite as suspicious-minded enough to know what it means. But when you do wake up, you're going to wake up and your children will wake up to a different world, a different kind of world. So perhaps we should prepare them for that.